David Attenborough, half Snoop Dogg, where he's like, he's all official and something crazy happened, and he's like, oh, holy shit.
Description. That was so good. That was really good.
I don't know who those people are, though.
David Attenborough is
He's the British guy that does the BBC nature documentaries.
You've heard him
he
on,
actually just died.
Did he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Too bad I won't hear him anymore then.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure when we started. I was like, is this official? What are we doing here? But I saw who else just died recently? It was Dave. Wait, how recently did David Attenborough die?
He was 96.
Okay, but when did he die?
Yeah.
I feel like it was recent. I feel like it was like
How funny would it be? There,
April?
2015. It was like
April or May.
That's still recent.
It really shouldn't take this long to look up the date of a death.
He died.
Oh.
It just shows he was born.
Okay, maybe he's not dead yet. Sorry, maybe he's not dead yet. Well, he's old. He's gonna die soon.
well, Ray Liotta died. R.I.P.
What?
Yeah.
Ray Liotta?
Yeah. Did
Oh my
you a
God,
big
wait.
Ray Liotta fan?
Yes.
Literally,
he
like-
was one of, you know how everybody has like the one really gross person that they would just,
Oh,
even
yours
though
was
they're
Ray
gross.
Liotta?
Mine was Ray Liotta.
That's
He's
very
disgusting.
interesting. I know
He could have
exactly
just
what you
ravaged
mean
me.
by he's gross.
Damn, that makes me so sad. How old was he? He was young, right?
He was like 67 or something.
What?
Yeah. You know who
Damn,
Ray
I thought
Liotta
he was
is?
in his 50s.
You would probably recognize him. I don't know. He was
How
in, like,
would you not recognize Ray Liotta? He's sexy as fuck. Here, are you looking him up?
Yeah.
Oh god, he's so hot. He's so hot. Not dead, obviously.
He was in Goodfellas. He was in. I haven't seen that movie.
The last thing I saw Ray Liotta in was he was playing himself, and he was trying to convince other people that he was famous because they didn't know who Ray Liotta was, and it was the best thing I've ever seen.
I love when
Because he was so cool about. He's like, "Have you not seen Goodfellas? Are you like?" And they would just confuse him for other people, and he's like, "No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. Whatever."
I love it's like Tony Hawk whenever he goes around and everyone's like, hey, you kind of look like Tony Hawk, and he's like, yeah, I get that a lot, and he just like walks away and doesn't ever say that he's actually Tony Hawk, or like people will constantly see him in public and say like, oh, you look like Tony Hawk, or like, oh, I kind of recognize you, like, what would I know you from, all this stuff, and he just never says that he is Tony Hawk. He just kind of goes along with whatever they say that he is.
That's so great.
Yeah, so it was literally like,
because he's Tony Hawk. He
yeah,
doesn't
he's
need
like,
to.
I don't need to do whatever. Yeah.
I don't know if I'll ever be that famous.
Tony Hawk famous? I think he's like the perfect level of famous because everybody knows who he is, but also like, I mean, just by proxy of being able to do that, to go out and be
Yes.
like, you look like Tony Hawk, and
Yes.
no one actually connects it.
Yeah, I don't want to be known by all. I don't.
Well, I think it was just like his childhood. Like he was famous in that era, and then he became an adult, and it's like, oh, I'm just a normal guy, just walking about.
Doesn't
you know?
he still compete though? I'm pretty sure he still competes. Not like actively.
I think
but
he's too old.
Didn't he like a few years ago? Or maybe not.
I think
I'm not a big Tony.
I saw a
Hawk fan.
thing like a year ago or something where it was like he landed the last 900.
Yeah, but
teams
like
going
I don't
to
think he
attempt.
competes actively.
I think he's too old.
Yeah.
But that's like people used to get on him
In his 40s, he's too old.
Yeah. Well, all the
Well,
skaters
it is
now are like 12.
skateboarding. Like, I mean,
20 broken arms, you know.
yeah.
And you
that's
only have
insane.
2.
Oh,
He's broken his arm 20 times.
Probably.
Probably.
yeah, I mean,
I haven't broken a single bone, but probably him.
I broke my big toe when I was 8.
And they can't do anything for that, right? You just have to like let it heal.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like it was interesting because they said on the x-rays it was a spiral fracture. Mm-hmm. So it like kind of like curved up and into it, and it was a spiral fracture on the growth plate.
Jeez.
So when it happened, they were like, oh, it's a 50-50 shot that your toe just won't grow from this point. And I was in like 3rd grade.
Oh my God.
I have
Cass
two regular
could have been
big
in a
toes. I know.
relationship with a
With
baby toe
A
person.
yeah,
Mini
Dang
toe.
it.
one.
I'm so sad.
Mini
My
toe
left
Trevor
toe
would have
would've
been cool.
been-
And it
how-
would have been a big toe, which is fantastic. It would have been like this big.
Yeah, because I think literally, I don't know the size of an 8-year-old's big toe, but
Which
I
is
would
good.
think-
If you knew the exact off the top of your head the size of an 8-year-old's big toe, I
I'm like,
might
oh
call
yeah,
the police.
8 centimeters would be
Yeah.
pretty good. Don't worry about
I
it.
might call the police.
But how funny would it be? Like, because I mean, and I don't know what the toes are called. I call it my middle finger toe. Would be definitely be longer than what my big toe would have been. So I would have literally been like, 6'2", size 12 shoe, 8-year-old big toe.
That's fantastic. Would you ever wear sandals in the summer? Would you ever be free to be yourself, do you think?
Oh yeah, I probably wouldn't have cared.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, thought maybe that was going to...
I mean, I don't go to the beach and look at people's feet.
Yeah, I would just like shove that little toe in the sand. Be easy to hide.
yeah, that would be easy to hide, I guess. Did you see? I'm hoping you didn't, because I love celebrating old people. They're my favorite.
Well, you are an old person.
I know. So, have you guys heard about James Kajani? I think is how you pronounce his name. They call him KG in Kenya, so let's just call him KG. You heard about KG? This motherfucker just got back from climbing Mount Everest, the summit. First Kenyan to ever do it. Fucking awesome,
Gang,
right?
gang. Hell yeah.
He was 62.
Oh,
62! And this motherfucker just came down from Mount Everest.
that's crazy.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Yes,
a good age.
he's been
I think
like-
you're wise enough by then
Yeah.
to be able to climb it.
He's been climbing mountains for like 40 years, has never done Mount Everest, and then the like first all black team to summit Mount Everest called him and they're like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of it?" And he was like, "No thanks. My knees are really bad." And then they were like, "What?" And they contacted him again. They were like, "No, we really think you should come." And then he was like, "Okay, I guess."
Dang.
And then when he came back, just all of Kenya was like waiting for him and they were just screaming, "KJ, KJ."
But you said he's just been like climbing mountains all his life?
Yeah, for 40 years almost, he's been climbing mountains.
Is Mount Kilimanjaro in?
He's climbed it. He said he's lost count of how many hundreds of times he's
Is it in
climbed.
Kenya,
He's climbed
though?
it.
Is that what
It's
it is?
in Africa, but I don't know where it is.
It's very broad.
I know because I'm not gonna say when I'm not gonna.
Somebody
I
Google
know.
where Mount Kilimanjaro is.
I know when I don't know stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, but she knows old people, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that
But
is
I
good.
was just like 62.
She's
and
like-
he fucking did it.
I wonder what. I mean, you know, obviously he's like hiking and stuff if he's climbing all the time, so he's got to be like in pretty good shape. But
Yeah, but he said just before he had a total knee replacement, which is initially why he said no, because it wasn't just that he had bad knees, but his doctor was like, "Yeah, you need to have a whole knee replaced. Like this can't." And then he did it anyways, and then he freaking lived.
it's a good way to test your new knee. Take it up Mount Everest.
Yeah, I feel like he should be in the doctor's brochures now.
I mean, my knees hurt and I still go for a run, so I'm like, it's whatever.
Are you really comparing yourself to KG right now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Are you the same as a 62-year-old man
think
with
so.
a
I think I
brand
could
new
take
knee
them.
that summited Everest? Oh my God, the balls on this guy. Okay, all right.
I wonder, like, I wonder what his. I guess I would say like almost like training regimen would be,
Right?
but
I'd want to know that too.
because like it's like there's that guy, the Iceman, Wim Hof, and he's in his 60s, and he's done he did like Mount Everest in like his shorts or like something like that. But part of the reason that
geez.
he's so young and healthy is because he does the like ice baths and stuff. Like he literally
Yeah.
lives in the Arctic Circle, and he'll just be like, "Oh, first thing I do in the morning is I wake up and I just go outside to my frozen pond. I shovel out some ice and I just sit in it for like as long as he can before he would literally like die of hypothermia." And he's like, "All you have to do is
And that's
breathe."
So all you have to do is breathe.
That's it. That's all they say.
If you have to remind me that all I have to do is breathe, then that scares me. If it's something that's going to make me forget to breathe, I'm a little scared to try it.
I think it's probably just because you panic and when it's cold, you know.
Yeah, you're like, you just want to like hold your breath until you're not cold anymore.
But that's why I was wondering what, like, his training regimen is especially because, I don't know if there's like snowy mountains in Kenya, but if you're not used to like the
Right?
cold temperature, that's a whole different,
That's true.
like mental ball game to try to get through.
That's true. And they did not go over any of that in the little interview that I saw him with, which would have been helpful. Like that would have been nice. They did talk about if there was any dangerous things that happened while they were climbing, because they didn't lose a single member of their team. He said that it was a good thing. They weren't even doing it because they needed to. They were just practicing. But there's, ladders that you'll carry with you in case you need to cross like deep chasms. And one of the things they were doing to practice was they were rotating themselves between carrying these ladders. They were carrying it, I guess, as if they were going to use it, even though they didn't need to, because they were just having it ready. And then while they were walking with it like that, something happened, and one of their guys fell and would have been lost if they had not been like holding that ladder already. So that was kind of insane.
Oh my God.
I know.
I'm just trying to imagine, like, because what if you fell in that chasm and then, like, you
lived.
and you're just at the bottom?
And you're just there.
Do you stay in that spot and, like, hope someone sends down, like, the longest rope known to existence? Or, like, do you just start walking one way and hope that, like, you just come out and you're like, oh, look, I'm, a couple hundred feet
I think
down
you
the
would
way?
freeze falling down.
I would look for another place to jump down and kill myself. That's what I would do.
Just finish the job.
Yes.
That's pretty
Because at that point, come on, it's not happening. It's not happening for me.
Yeah.
And then I survived that fall. And then I'm like, well, this is just fuck.
Now both your legs are broken and you're walking around like Cora.
Oh, God, Cora.
Looking for people.
Please, anyone. Earnestly look both ways down the chasm.
All you hear is your echoes. Anyone.
You start making some beats out there. With that echo, like you start making beats out there.
And then you
Is
come
that
back.
what
and-
you think about when you're on the brink of death? You're like, man, this sounds like music.
Well, yeah.
I'm looking at ways
I want to be
to
happy
end
when I
it.
leave, you know?
I'm looking for ways to just end it.
See, but even with
You're like, I'm just so angry. I just want it done. That's you.
I was gonna say, but if you fell
Anger,
down,
yeah.
and even if you broke both your legs, then you would probably make a beat, and then you'd just be like, "Well, I'm gonna go out like dancing or something."
something
Yeah,
like
yeah. Have a good.
Has anything ever upset you, Juan?
Uh,
Have you ever been upset in your whole life, do you think?
on my own, yeah.
On your own?
Yeah, on my
Like you
own.
upset yourself?
Yeah.
No one else upsets you, just you.
No, not really.
Oh my God.
I just laugh, though. Like, when people get mad at me, I just laugh. So that's why I'm like, what?
Juan is like the definition of like
I don't care.
what you can't control doesn't matter. He's just like, well, it happened.
You know, I didn't believe that, because, doctors and scientists, whatever, they say that the first human that's going to live to 150 has already been born. Did not believe that until I met that motherfucker. And his heart rate is just so low. He legit might live through all of this.
I could see it.
Were you at all bothered by the pandemic? Did you realize we had one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it just kind of sucked because I was like, I'm trying to go to the gym, and then
Oh my
I couldn't go. I was like, this
Trying to go to the gym. I run even when my knee hurts. I'm Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get who you are now.
Yeah.
That's cool. The workout guy. That's not me.
Oh
Where's my
man,
chocolate milk?
you got chocolate milk
Yeah, do you want some?
in a cup that says mud?
No, the meal.
Oh, the
The
mule.
mule.
I was like, that's awesome if it said mud and you're just drinking chocolate milk.
No, it says the mule.
I want to try that like mud coffee. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like it's just really expensive, but it's supposed to be like a lot better for you because like you get like caffeine jitters and stuff with real coffee, and this stuff is made with like
Mud.
pretty much mud, and literally it looks like mud. Like you just scoop it in like some like hot water and you stir it around, and everyone's like, oh, it feels just like coffee, but I don't like get like the midday like crash or like the jitters if I didn't have breakfast.
It's
or anything
fucking
like that.
coffee.
It's mud.
It's coffee that they've probably just mixed with like cocaine to. No, that would increase the
That would
jitters.
sell out.
They'd mix it with weed.
I was gonna be like, look
Something
at
to keep it calm.
how big Coca-Cola was when they had cocaine in their freaking thing. You were not lying. This dog does have an obsession.
He has a thing for feet.
Literally.
No, he only wants to be petted by feet. So we think it's because maybe he got hit a lot in the last, like whenever he was abused, because it took a while for him to even warm up like this to people. This took about 18 months. But he's really only been the most comfortable with feet. So I think it's just because he's been hit, but maybe he hasn't been kicked a lot.
He's like, the hand is bad.
Well, go ahead, give him a good kick right now.
Want to even?
Wait,
it
is that
out
what you
more.
said, right?
No.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
She's like, he's comfortable around feet. We should fix
this.
that.
I know. Jeez. He also cringes whenever cars drive by. Do you want to give him a real reason to cringe one?
yeah.
He's gonna rev his.
I got a loud
before he
car,
leaves
so I
you.
can bring it by and then just.
Stop. Don't do that.
Yeah, just bring the fox body.
It really makes me think he was hit by a car at one point, just because I've never seen, like, even when cars are quiet, like, he will walk on the other side of me. He doesn't want to be near a car.
Interesting. Lily will like if the car makes noise, she'll run after it.
Oh
Like
gosh.
she'll not like run after it like, oh, I want to play. She'll run after it like, what's up, motherfucker? Let's go. Yeah, she's just ready to fight constantly.
That's fantastic.
She loves people and she's super chill. Well, you know, she would be doing exactly what Cora's doing, just laying in the middle of all of us. But the moment there's a dog, she's like a freaking Crip seeing a blood in the streets.
Crip seeing the blood.
It's true,
Oh my gosh.
She's just ready to
great.
throw hands all the time.
That's fantastic. That's what Kane acts like. Well, he used to. I'm training that out of him because he would run away from me when he did it, and he can dart and he would scare people, and I didn't want someone to like hit him or kick him because one fucking would. Like, there's just crazy people out there. So,
I just run, actually.
oh my gosh.
Juan's in the middle of his run and he'd just keep going.
That's why I'm telling him to kick it, because I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to run while
How's
he does
Miko?
it.
Is he safe? Maybe we should see.
We run
Yes.
together, so I think we're
We
good.
run. Is he running from you?
Yeah, he's in front of me most of the time, so, you know.
Dogs actually. He probably helps you keep a faster pace, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, he's like in a dead sprint. Did she just give up? He just give up?
I was gonna say, whoa, misgender.
My bad. Did they just give up?
That's right.
I didn't mean to assume.
So, you know how? I think I was talking to Juan about this because we were just talking about old people. You know how I was super on Team Kane,
Yeah.
Takanawa,
Kane Tanaka?
Tanaka, whatever. Yeah, but now she's gone.
Yeah.
So the next oldest lady, Lucille.
The French lady?
Yeah, she has tested positive for COVID. She was fine.
There you go.
I was gonna say
84
she probably survives, huh?
Yeah, no, she got diagnosed with COVID in 2018 when she was 116.
It's pretty good.
What was she doing?
She was in her nursing home. She lived in a nursing home with like 86 people. 84 of the 86 got infected. Of the 84,
They had a rave or something.
Yeah.
of the 84, like 70 died. The rest were hospitalized except for Lucille, asymptomatic. She was fine. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, if you're 116, you got to have some, immunities. Imagine that. 116?
Well, she's 118 now, so I guess she would have been 112. No, 14 when she got it. Otherwise, but it's same difference. It's 2 years.
Yeah, I was like, that means she was born in like
She's-
1905?
Yeah, she was born in 1904.
She's gone through like a plethora of pandemics.
Dude, she's older than Oklahoma.
She made it through the Spanish plague.
Oklahoma's 1907.
Oh shit! She is older than Oklahoma.
There you go.
Dang.
Yeah, look at that.
Dang. And she's been the oldest woman in France because she's French. But she's been the oldest woman in France since 2017.
So
For like over 5 years. She's like, this is boring.
Did she get a medal or
Is
something?
anyone else gonna fucking come at me?
Oh, free nursing home. That's probably what she gets.
yeah, she gets a free like sexy living like young buff French dude. He's like making her like baguettes
Can
and
that
stuff.
be a policy we institute as a country? Because I know whenever you turn 100, you get a letter from the president. Fuck your letter.
Yeah.
I would like a sexy little boy toy. If I'm 100 and I'm alone.
She's a nut.
Oh yeah, she's a nun. Catholic.
Oh.
She's a nun.
I'm not saying she has to fuck the guy. I'm saying like he can just have his shirt off and be buff, like, and then she just prays that she doesn't do anything. But I mean, after 100-something years,
I think at that point God should reward her for her chastity.
yeah, he
She's waited so long. He should put out.
he should write.
He's
a letter
kind
to
of a
her.
dick.
Well, that's probably why she lived long, because she didn't get any.
You know what though?
She's just been
If
anticipating.
we look at the data,
She didn't get contaminated.
if we look at the data, I feel like people live longer when they have more sex. Don't shake your head. You don't know.
But you told me, though, like the other...
Live shorter lives.
Oh. Married, yes. Because you drain our souls. That's all you do.
Did you say you? Men die before women. It's you guys who drain our souls.
But married women die before single women because you drain our life forces.
Dang, man, it's just one person's draining another person. It's just, and not in the good way that nun might like.
I don't think she would like it because she's a nun.
Well, she might. How crazy would it be if that theory, like, oh, you just said, like, oh, she hasn't died because she hasn't had sex. What if she, like, literally had an orgasm and then died?
And then died.
And then God's at the pearly gates, like, pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool. That was
yeah,
the
like,
ending
that's
I
the
created for
reward?
you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
I wanted to, before you got out of there, I wanted to let you know what it was like.
Can you imagine all the people that die before they experience an orgasm? Not like children, because that's sad, but like adults. Like, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Like all the married women who have died without having an orgasm, probably. Yes. Like, I just imagine in the 17th and 18th centuries, like, no women were having orgasms.
Yeah, and you died at like 32.
Oh, it's just.
You were like a grandma then.
I know. That's why I feel like how I know I've lived in those past lives. Like, I'm so ready to be a grandparent right now because I was already a grandparent by this age in my previous life. I
was already a grandparent. I didn't have an orgasm. I was going to die in 5 years. So, I was wrapping it up right around now.
Yeah, so what got you? Chicken pox or something before you got here?
Monkeypox.
I don't know. I never see what kills me. I just get flashes of like, so I know that I definitely lived in the 20s because I've definitely had an image of me with one of those long ass cigarettes and I was in a really smoky room and I had a really raspy voice and I was talking to a man I should not have been. But then I don't know where it went. Maybe that was a flash of my death.
She reminds me of Audrey.
No, I think Audrey reminds you of me.
No. She's pretty cool though.
She was pretty cool. She was chill.
Everything she owned was in antique shop, so.
Yeah, like it's almost kind of like just like how you're like, oh, I don't buy any. I just go to like antique shops or wherever.
God, that's
and
fucking dope.
sit and I like reupholster and stuff. Yeah,
That's cool. I reupholstered this.
it's pretty good.
I need to
With the banana chair over there?
clean it. It's not a banana chair. It could be. Oh, I guess it kind of
Well,
is.
it's now the banana. Chair.
Now it's a banana chair. God damn it. I've never literally looked at this as a banana chair. I just saw it as like a cute little project that I did, but one ruins everything.
I mean, it
So
can
that's
still be
cool.
cute. It's just the
Hey, you
banana
laughed,
chair
though.
now. Yeah.
Was it worth it
Yeah.
to ruin my chair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get a couple laughs out of it. It's what we're here for, right?
You know what else I love besides old people? I love sloths.
Sloths,
Yes.
like the animals.
Yes. The animal sloth.
Not this guy that he walks by. His name's
Yeah,
Sloth.
Sid goes
Yeah.
by every once in a while.
Dude, did you know? Because I just found this out and it blew my mind. There are only two kinds of sloths. There's a two-toed sloth and there's the three-toed sloth. That's what you got. There used to be over 50 kinds of sloths.
And then they just like,
Well, obviously because they're sloths, they died. but
yeah, I was like, they just
damn.
stood there and died.
And one of them
They didn't mingle fast enough.
One of
to
them used
reproduce.
to be the giant land sloth. Well, so obviously they were like one of the first ones to go because they were slow and on land. All the ones in the trees still lived a little longer, but they were so cute and they were so big and they were just.
How great would it have been, like, you're a caveman and you're like, man, I need some food. And then you just see this giant, slow-ass herd of sloths making their 1-year trek that's a mile away to,
Yeah.
like, shade under a tree. And then by the time they get there, they're like, fuck, it's winter and it's cold. I don't want to be under this tree.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Did you know it takes them up to a month to digest one leaf?
Yeah, I was...
They have crazy slow metabolism.
That's why they have to, like, sit and, like, not do anything forever. Because they'll literally eat a leaf and it has to last them all 30 days.
And they only poop once a week.
That would be nice.
Does that one come out slow too, or what?
Oh, God.
I don't know.
I don't know if that would be
I don't know.
like worse or
Their
better.
sex is super fast. So maybe their poop is also fast. And another thing I love about sloths, because I mean, I appreciate that in a lot of other like animal types, men have to do a lot of the persuading to women. You know, like they'll have to either
Yeah.
sing or they'll show their feathers.
Yeah.
Sloths, the woman decides, and she just climbs up to the top of her tree, and she goes, and she just screams in D sharp, and all the male sloths are like, someone wants to fuck, and they slowly, it's a race, it's whoever gets to
The
her
slowest
first,
race
and they
ever.
slowly, but so scientists have been super confused that when sloths do poop, they climb all the way down and they poop on the ground. And scientists have just been super confused by this because they're like, it takes them so long to climb down and climb back up. Like, that's when predators get them, when they're on the ground. So it's just crazy to me it's crazy to scientists that they still poop on the ground.
Yeah, I would just shit out the tree.
Okay, but they think they do this. They think that they do this so that when the male sloths are all trying to like get to the female sloth, they don't waste precious time by climbing up the wrong tree. She poops right at the base of the tree that she's in. And so, because she'll just like scream a bit and then they get to the general direction she's in. And then if she doesn't scream again, they need to find her. And so they're like, oh, poop, it's this tree.
So you're telling me
Yeah.
that in order to have sex,
Yes.
this lady sloth
Yes.
is going to take a shit on the ground
Yep.
and then is going to climb back up that tree.
Yep.
Probably wasted good 3-4 leaves worth of
Yeah.
food.
Oh, yeah.
Scream at the top of her lungs
In D sharp.
in D sharp.
In any other key, male sloths do not respond. It has to be at D sharp.
That's so musically inclined.
Yeah,
That's
right?
Pretty cool.
That is
And
pretty
it's
cool.
the most horrifying scream you've ever heard, but it is in D sharp.
That's so weird. I couldn't imagine hearing a scream and being like, well, I'm ready to fuck. Where's my
I
shit?
know. It's literally and they're like, "Oh my god, okay, it's time to fuck."
I always like think about that. Like I'll be like, what if I had a mating call? What if my mating call was like something super ugly? And then I ask if Cass would still be with me, and half the time she says no.
Well, yeah. Can you imagine?
But what if that-
Especially, what if it was a noise that you made constantly during sex? So what if it was like,
Oh my god. Or like, if
and
the-
that's your noise that you made? I don't want that on me. Like,
or like that's how the woman sloth also like orgasmed. And that's how they knew, like, they hear that second scream and then all the
But it's
people
not
who
in
are
D
climbing.
sharp, so that's how you know.
they're like, fuck, someone got to her.
Also, what were you doing that you found like all this out?
That's a good question.
That's what I want to know.
I listen to podcasts. What do you do?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay, literally one of the best podcasts to listen to is
Not this one.
That was great.
God, you're such a fucking prick. Yes, not this one. It is. I can't even fucking. It's the daily science podcast from NPR. It's called The Wave, I think. They're like short 10-minute podcasts, and they just tell you something scientific about the world. And they talked about sloths.
Hey, I might look into that.
Actually, hold on. Not that one. That was a different podcast I listened to about TED Talks, the TED Radio Hour. They were talking about doing things slow, how some things take time. They talked about sleep, they talked about sloths, and then they talked about something in space, but I didn't listen to that part. It was boring.
What, did you space out?
What?
Did you space out? Is that?
God, I just want to punch you.
Hey, you invited me.
Fucking
Is that your mic? Whose mic?
I don't
is
know
that?
whose mic it is, but I heard that a little bit. I think it might be mine.
No, I think it was mine. I definitely pulled it out.
Oh, it's
Yep.
because she keeps moving.
It's because I'm an animated
raging.
person, motherfucker. I'm not like you. I can't just sit like this, and yet all my emotion still comes through.
See, if I'm sitting, I'm okay, but like if I'm standing and whatnot, all of a sudden I become like like an old school like Charlie Chaplin, like a no word movie.
Well, I've also
So-
had some chocolate milk, so I've got like sugar. I've got some sugar in me.
That's the most like 5-year-old thing I've ever heard from an old lady.
Yeah.
It brings back memories.
I
Of her youthful days.
haven't eaten anything today, so it probably really is the
Yeah,
chocolate
same.
milk though. Shut up with your
Just agreeing with you.
freaking haven't. Yeah, but see, what did you have? What did you have in your? Did you have coffee? And you're just like, did you drink it all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only slept like 5 hours, so I have to.
That's what I don't get about you. Like every
Bro, I don't
every
get
day
it.
you come in and
I
you're
don't
like,
know.
oh, I slept for like 4 hours last night, and I was like, I would die.
I just can't sleep. Like I just.
Interesting.
But you have so much. I mean, I shouldn't say so much energy, but I mean, like you do fine during the day.
I was gonna
you know?
say-
Oh,
what
it's
do you
awful though. I'm going like I'm just pushing through it. It's awful. It's bad.
So you're just pushing through right now.
Yeah.
You're doing it very well.
Yeah.
I really would not have guessed. You don't look tired.
Well, tired doesn't exist in my vocab, so.
So like, what time did? If you only slept for like 5 hours, was it like you woke up at like 6:30, so you went to bed? At, like,
You know, it's
1
funny.
or
I
something?
said.
Yeah. Do you go to bed late or wake up early?
Both.
Okay. I feel like maybe this is just on you.
I don't know what it is. I try to figure it out, but like today, like I set up the alarm to wake up early.
Right?
I beat the alarm by an hour.
By an hour?
I beat my alarm by 30 minutes, not an hour.
I was gonna say I beat
Jeez.
my alarm usually by like a couple minutes, and then I just get to turn it off.
It depends on how early I set it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like the alarm that I set for today technically was not as early as I would have needed to get up for work, so I technically still slept in, but it was before my alarm.
I mean, I don't know. Like I think because I just get excited to do stuff because I'm like, oh, it's the weekend. Like I want to enjoy the most out of it, so I just wake up early.
And even during the week too, you're just
No,
really
not
excited
during the
about the
week.
weekends,
No.
and so you wake up early.
No, not like during the week. I wake up at 7, but like to me it's late because then I'm used to waking up at 6.
What time do you go to bed?
Well, I mean, I can go like to bed at 11, but I won't sleep till like it's 2 o'clock or something.
Oh my god, you're like
What do you do?
Just toss and turn.
But like in the evenings, like when you're getting ready for bed, what do you do? What's your routine?
Well, eat, work out, and then watch a movie or something. That's it.
When you're going to bed, what
Like, I
is
think
your
she-
routine?
That's what I do.
So when you're about to go to bed, you're like, all right, it's time to go to bed. Let me go really quick, make some food, then let me do some exercise, and then let me watch a movie.
That's probably
Yeah,
why you
right.
can't sleep.
See?
Really?
probably-
Jesus, then that's probably why you can't.
You think I'm lying?
Yeah, I thought you were.
Well, I remember
Not
you-
lying. But I thought you were misunderstanding my question.
No, I got your
I
question.
don't think that you're a liar, obviously.
Well, you used to tell me all the time. You'd be like, "Yeah, I went to the gym last night at like 11,"
Yeah,
and
that's
then I
true.
couldn't fall asleep. And I was like, "Well, that's why. Like, if you work out,
Why?
Isn't it like if you work out late, it kind of like it wakes you up more.
Yeah.
Well-
That's why they say you should like work out.
So
in
you're
the
like
morning, but getting
obsessed
up
with
early
working
sucks.
out, and you're gonna brag to everyone that you work out, but you don't even do it right.
What do you mean?
Well, he does it right, just maybe not at the right time.
Yeah, not,
Yeah.
like, not
He doesn't do it so that it benefits his body the best.
Well, I mean, he looks good. It's it's benefiting his body. It's just not his sleep.
Sleep is so much
Yeah.
more important, though. Like
That's true.
mentally, it's so important.
Well, like even the days that I don't work out, because I haven't been lifting these past 2 weeks, I still go to sleep late.
How many hours on average do you think you sleep in a night?
Honestly, like 5 to 6, which is pretty bad.
What do you-
really need 7 to 9?
I know.
That's
I know that.
So I read a study recently, and I can't remember specifically what university or whatever did it. But
I was really hoping you were going to say I read a study recently, and I can't really remember any of the information, but it
and
was
then
about
just like moved
yes,
on.
Yes,
It's like, but no, they were tracking like people's sleep, and they said the recommended amount of hours you should get is 7.
yeah,
And really anything past 8 actually leads to like cognitive decline as you get older. So like
Mm-hmm.
this whole idea of like, oh, you should, make sure you're getting even your 8 hours. Apparently that's like, according to this study. And again, I don't remember what university or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they were saying like anything really like past 8 or significantly past 8 actually is not good.
yeah,
for your body.
Definitely, if you
What?
push yourself, to like sleep, you definitely shouldn't sleep longer than 8 hours, and you definitely shouldn't sleep longer than 9. Like,
So you're
but
saying if
you're-
I sleep past 8, I might just stay asleep?
No,
No.
I don't think it's necessarily that
you'll
you'll,
just
like,
cognitively like
yeah, I think
the
like,
benefits start to decline.
Like I think it would be
Yeah.
like if you like let's say you slept for like 9 or 10 hours every night, like you might have cognitive issues later in life. Like, I
Like
think it
that's
was, like,
that would be why. Man, why do I wake up groggy? I sleep 10 hours a
Yeah.
night. Well, you're maybe getting too much sleep.
well, too. It's like your REM cycle is like every 4 hours, I think it is, or whatever.
Actually, that's not true.
Oh,
So your
well, there
REM
you go.
cycle, your REM cycle lasts for 90 minutes, but your REM cycles don't really start until your second half of the night of sleep. So people that say, "Oh, I'm going to go to bed at the same time, but I'm just going to wake up early," you're only losing maybe 25% of your sleep if you wake up 2 hours early, but you're losing 50% of your REM sleep, and that's what your brain needs.
And that's why you're always, even if you are like, oh, I normally sleep 7, I'm only getting 6 or like 5.5 or whatever. That's why
Yes.
you're like, oh my god, this
yes,
wreck.
because you're cutting out the most important sleep.
Oh man,
And
wish
that
you
I learned from
Well,
the TED Radio
yeah.
Hour. 'Cause
Well,
they
I don't
talk
do it
about
on
sleep.
purpose. So.
shout out Ted Radio Hour.
TED Radio Hour. Oh, there was someone else I wanted to. Oh, I already did. KG. Yeah. Sorry, I was really proud of him. I was so excited.
Oh,
Because
maybe.
Also, I really recommend if you guys go and listen to the interview with him. It was on NPR. Surprise! Everything I recommend is on NPR. And he recorded himself when he got to the top, and just his laughter of like pure joy when he's like, I did it for Kenya. Like he's just so excited. It's
That's
so
cool.
great.
That would be cool because if he's the first Kenyan to do it,
Yes.
he's the guy that gets to plant their flag. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a billion Americans that have done it.
Yeah, and there's
you
a
know.
lot of and
I
he
bet
even
everyone is a
said
piece of shit.
when they asked him, they were like, "So what was the view like?" He was like, "It was really crowded."
Yeah.
And they were like,
What?
"What?" And he was like, "It was okay."
Well, it's more like a, I feel like back in the day it was a big, oh my God, I climbed Mount Everest. And then obviously it's still like a huge accomplishment and whatnot.
Yes.
But it's
Well-
much more
Because
mainstream.
people
Isn't it trashy up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
because
Well, why go
people
there?
leave
It's all trashy.
Because people leave their garbage up there, but people don't go up there to clean it because they're like, well, it's just too dangerous. We can't hire and train a team to always take care of the mountain because then we would like love the earth.
Yeah, isn't it like 1 in 10 people die up there?
Yeah.
That'd be
And
if-
like bodies are just left up there
Yeah.
because
like, can you imagine? All right,
that's
we
what
have
he
this-
meant by crowded. He's like, lots of dead bodies. It's crowded. No, I'm kidding. He meant by live people, but
Imagine if you just lost one of your janitorial team like once a month or something. Like that's pretty much.
I see
if
what
you-
you're saying.
yeah, if
Okay.
you hired a
I
crew
thought
to
just
go up
randomly
there.
now we had a janitorial service company and you were like, what if we lost one of our workers?
But I mean, it'd be like
But yeah.
it's the same in like any office building or like at a school. Like if you have you have 5 janitors, one of them's gonna die every other month or something, and they're just like that's it.
But can we rig like a helicopter with like a big broom and just fly it up there?
And avalanche the mountain.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, calm down,
Yep.
Inspector Gadget.
Okay. Yeah, that's my bad. I guess that's an issue. Yeah, that's a way big issue. Okay. Never mind.
We got our resident lawyer over here talking about our liabilities.
I know. That's good. It's good that we have one of those.
We do.
We should probably just always keep one.
Yeah, you have to
Just-
come every week just to
We have a
make sure.
lawyer, We have a CPA. We have a. Can you do cars? Mechanic? Do we have a mechanic?
No.
Okay, we have a mechanic. What do you do?
Yeah, I just hang out. I'm here for the laughs, the joy, the fun. I'm just here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you can be here.
He can make milkshakes.
Yeah, I can have chocolate milk and not get all jittery and stuff.
Fuck. That's a superpower. I don't have that.
My superpower is that I can fall asleep anywhere. I'll hit that 7-hour mark on the dot.
Did I tell you that when I got almost electrocuted, I'm pretty sure I have superhero. I have powers now.
What are you, the Flash?
Yeah, really. I caught right after I almost got electrocuted, almost died. I caught 2 flies in the air back to back. I seriously think I might.
Hey, just for the season, like you're a bug zapper.
Yeah, you want to come hang out like on my balcony?
No,
Yeah, yeah.
you guys take away everything good that happens to me.
It's cool. I'm just saying it's useful.
You got a useful power.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's useful that I can just be used by you. That's great. That's cool.
That's all superheroes do.
I guess that's true.
You don't think Superman ever comes and is like, fuck, can't someone else lift this bus? I'm so
Yeah.
tired. I was just in, Bangladesh.
I guess,
helping
but I'm
these
tired
people
of
out.
feeling sorry for the white man. So,
Yeah, well,
so, anyways, do you want to tell me about this freaking Will Smith thing you saw? I don't want to talk
I
about it.
actually haven't watched it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's
I
just
can.
gonna be so hard.
I mean, it's gonna be. I want to watch it. It's interesting, but it was cool because like I watched like the first just like 10 seconds of it, and it was like this was filmed before the Academy Awards, and I read the article about a little bit, and they had some quotes from the interview, and he basically was like, it was interesting because he said he hated that he got called soft in the rap game for not cussing, and I'm like, I don't think it was necessarily that he didn't cuss, but it was like, like especially his earlier songs, he had a lot of comedy in it, and it's like to like real rappers, people who do like rap comedy, it's like a niche kind of like subgenre,
Right.
Like you're not gonna be
Like there are definitely people that don't think Lil Dicky is a real rapper,
yeah,
but
exactly.
he is.
Yeah, like he's good, and same with Will Smith. Will Smith, he was a very talented rapper, but you're not gonna hear anyone be like, "Oh, you're Mount Rushmore of rap."
Yeah.
Has Will Smith on it.
Right.
You would get chastised. You'd never be able to talk about. Like if you went on the Breakfast Club and they were like, "What's your Mount Rushmore of rap?" and you were like, "It's Will Smith." They would be like, "Just stop right there. You're done. This interview's over, and we're out."
Goodbye.
Here."
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I couldn't imagine being like that famous from the age of like 18.
I know.
and being like, I just wanted to make some fun raps with, you know, like my boy. And then it's like you get that, and then you get a TV show. And then for like the 90s and the early 2000s, you're like the biggest movie star in the world. Everyone loves you.
Yeah.
I haven't met a person who, you know, is like, I hate Will Smith.
I know.
Well,
Well,
now
you hate him for
now
a
it's different.
reason.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine, though.
He doesn't count as a person.
Well, that was like, there was this TikTok, and it was this lady was asking her mom, and she was like, oh, what do you think of these heartthrobs? And it was like a bunch of different people. And it was great because when she got to Idris Elba, the most beautiful man in the world,
yes.
she literally was like, oh, holy moly, there's nothing else you can do but give a 10. And I was like, that's fucking right.
Yes.
Right.
Fucking yes.
Yeah.
That is right. Oh, that's delicious.
Oh, yeah, dude. Idris Elba, he could tear me up. I would let him do it.
Hey,
Oh, yeah,
Juan,
see?
what celebrity men would you sleep with?
Who's your celebrity man crush?
Yeah.
I don't know. It changes, you know,
Well, who
between
right
years.
now, then? Who's the last guy that you can remember watching that you were like, oh, he's cute?
Well, I'm not gonna go that far. I'd probably just hang out with them, but you know, I wouldn't let them take it to like what was it called?
Well,
the next step.
I'm not saying you have to insert this man's penis into your asshole. I'm just saying, what celebrity, male celebrity, the last one you looked at, you were like, oh, he's cute.
What celebrity would you at least be like a quick second of like, meh, nah?
Just a smooch.
Yes, yeah.
I don't know. I think lately it's been The Rock. So
Oh, I like him. He's so sweet.
He's just like a nice guy. Too.
I know. He's so nice. You like nice guys, Juan?
yeah.
Yeah. Or is it his body? Because you're really into working out.
No, he's nice.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if it was about the body for you.
He's also like the buffest dude in existence.
I know.
I don't think it's healthy the way he's doing it, but you know.
Well, there's like all of the celebrities are like, it's not healthy. the way
Exactly.
we do it. And I love it because like forever-
Really?
Yeah, like everyone who plays a superhero now, it has been coming like out in like interviews and just being like, this is unrealistic. It's not healthy. You shouldn't be doing this. This is my job. I have to look like Thor, the God of Thunder.
Yeah.
A human is not supposed to, you know, look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like even The Rock, like
Of course, if you spread that, then there's less people that have bodies like them to compete in the industry with. So
that's actually
that could be really smart. That could just be like, no, guys, this is terrible. Don't do it. It sucks making women wet just at a site. It sucks having them all want to have sex with you. Don't do it.
Oh, it's horrible to get millions of dollars to work out and then pretend to be the God of Thunder.
Please don't do it.
And to get to like take home my giant like prop axe and stuff like that. That's the thing with movies is like I would take everything.
I would want to take the props. I'd want to take the fucking costumes, especially. So I love period shows like The Gilded Age on HBO. I loved it. All the costumes. I would want to take one home, but you can't steal home an 1806 dress.
You said period shows, and I realized now you're talking time period. And for a second, I was like, what the fuck kind of show on HBO is about periods?
The best kinds. The best kinds are just about periods.
I was like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of 15-year-old girls, 14, 13, whatever
Oh,
you first
God.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe she's a late bloomer.
God, that's so. Yeah, no, that's not.
No, but yeah, I mean, I think I would rock it. Like if I, like if I was in like Bridgerton or something, like I would just go to the grocery store in that outfit every once in a while.
Dude.
And then they can't even be like, is that the guy from Bridgerton? They're like, that's fucking him.
That's
in full get up.
That's the guy.
And they're
Yeah.
like, what are you doing here? Is there an event or something? I'm like, I need asparagus.
I need asparagus.
Yeah. For chicken
That's
and
great.
asparagus.
But
and
see,
rice or
you would
something.
do it legit just because you like the outfit and people would know that. Like you're not going out in the outfit to be like, do I look like the guy from that show?
Yeah,
Like,
no, I would just be.
and people would be like, what? He's just like in between takes. Yeah, I was hungry. I needed a snack on set.
I would totally do that. The director would be like, where are you going? I'm like, there's a 7-Eleven down the street. I'm getting one of those little tornado taquito things.
Oh, fuck.
And they're like, we're paying you millions of dollars. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm trying to keep it.
Yes. I don't want to lose it all.
Yeah, you got to be smart.
Especially when I get canceled, which is going to happen if you're famous. Like at one point, I feel like everyone gets canceled.
Yeah. So the little like wholesome evil thing that I saw on a meme, I looked up the article.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, it's actually kind of older. But I didn't. It happened in 2019. I had not heard of this until I had like seen the meme and like kind of looked it up. Apparently, in 2019 in Ohio, there was this lady, this like drug addict and burglar, and she broke into somebody's house. And the reason I say burglar is because they say she was later arrested on burglary charges, but it doesn't say about anything about her like stealing anything from this house specifically.
Okay.
But she broke into the house, I'm assuming while the people were there, because they said she was acting super fucking weird and like kind of just like off, you know.
Okay.
They suspected she was on drugs. Broke into the house, played with the dog, like sat on the dog's bed and like pet it and like played with it and stuff.
Yeah.
Washed the dishes and then left.
Wait, when was this?
Like 2019.
Where?
Ohio.
Where were you in 2019? That sounds just like you too.
I could see you doing it. Just being
I
like,
get it.
oh, I
That's
broke
fine.
in. I'm going to play with your dog. And then you're like, I feel guilty. I'll just, clean
Wash the dishes and leave.
It's fine. I
Dip.
do it to you. You do it to me. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
it's funny because then later it says in the article, I'm pretty sure it said when the cops found her, she was knocking on someone else's door. And I was like, that just sounds like a good Samaritan to me.
She's just going around cleaning people's homes.
And like playing with their dogs. Like imagine if someone came in and just like gave Cora hella attention and then folded
oh,
her laundry
she would love that.
and then just left. They're on meth the whole time, so it's a little antsy in there while they're there. You don't know how they're gonna be, but they're gonna
that's so nice.
they're gonna do your chores and leave. I would give her some meth money. I'd be like,
I was gonna say, could we I'll just leave some money on the table. You come in, do some
Yeah,
stuff.
come back next week.
Yeah.
start growing opiates in your backyard. Be like, yeah, just go pick some of the flowers and
The ones on the left are good. They're
Pick the
done.
ones,
Yeah.
pick ones you like.
yeah, they're ready. Oh, they're out of season. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to take a 20 today.
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't even know. I don't know how to harvest it. Like, can you just eat the flowers? I don't know how opium works
I
when you
mean,
grow
I don't
it.
know what it looks like, so
I honestly didn't even know it was flowers until he said.
I just know that it's flowers, but that's really like the extent of my. I don't know what they have to do to get it to.
Are they hard to grow? Do you even know that?
I think they're like pretty easy.
I know cocaine is easier to grow than marijuana.
Weed takes a lot.
Yeah. Weed is a very particular plant.
I guess that would make sense if coke was like easy to grow. Like, could you imagine?
They say it's just really hardy, and it's really hard to.
It's hard to kill. It's like a succulent. They're like, just leave it
Yeah,
out there.
yeah,
Leave it out.
yeah. Really, they're like, you don't really have to do anything
They're
with
like, leave
it.
it out there. One plant, you got half a pound of coke, and you're
Yeah,
good to go.
and that's insane to me. And then I don't understand how they make, because coke is like a white powder, so I don't understand how they're turning a plant into white powder. I don't know how they do that.
I mean,
you cook it, but I didn't know it was a plant.
I don't know how you give me a green leaf, and I'm not gonna know how to convert it into white powder. I'm not gonna know.
well, I mean, they do a lot. A lot of that's like herbs and spices too. They pretty much just like crush it. Again, I don't know how to make like cocaine, but that's how they make a lot of the herbs and spices that you use and whatnot. They just pretty much
Get like a block of cumin and just like.
you just fucking crush it. I guess. I don't know,
Interesting.
maybe.
I don't know anything about spices. Like, where they come
That's
from.
probably how they found out about it. Someone picked up the leaf and then crushed it. They're like, this tastes good.
Salt,
Yeah.
salt comes in rocks. Like, I know that's a thing, but like, who just discovered a rock and like licked it?
I always think about that.
Anybody?
Yeah, like who was in this cave and was like, man, this rock, maybe.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of rocks,
Was like maybe this one.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're really hungry and you haven't hunted, you're like, well,
Maybe this
rocks look
sound-
good.
And then after he eats it, he's like, I'm so fucking thirsty. What is going on? This would go great with some of that bison that we,
right? Like, yeah, and just salt by itself. I don't think I would taste that and be like, oh, I should mix this with something, because salt by itself doesn't taste that great, especially if I just took a big old lick of it.
Yeah.
So I just.
Or I always think about this too, as like hunter gatherers and stuff, especially because the invention, I guess, of fire wasn't invented, but like when people kind of learned to like harness it.
Yes.
Especially because it was so deadly forever and whatnot. Who was the first idea to be like, let's cook this dead meat on there and then maybe it'll be good.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Like,
I
I
ate this
almost
chicken
think-
alive last week, and my buddy Ronald died. But let's just throw it on the fire.
I almost think what happened was an animal got struck by lightning.
No, that
then-
makes sense.
And then they were like, what's that smell? Because they smell like cooking meat.
Yeah.
And they come out and they're like, what? Oh, I think that could be.
Is that what you smelled like after you got electrocuted or
I
whatever?
smelled like an electrical fire because it was not natural lightning that shocked into my body. It was
It's lightning, though.
electricity.
What's an electrical fire smell like? Is it more like propane-y, charcoal?
It smells just. Have you really never smelled an electrical fire?
No, I haven't been around an electrical.
Wow. Okay. It just smells. I had a heater set on fire under my desk at work, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
almost like burned my whole cubicle down. And I was sitting in between two men, and I was like, "Oh my god, my heater's on fire! It's on fire!" And they were like, just typing away.
figure it
They
out.
give no shits. I'm like, "Fire is in my cubicle," and they're like, do you need something?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're like, what do you want me to
Throw
do?
some chocolate milk on it.
Get the fire! I'd already drank my chocolate milk for the day, motherfucker.
I bet.
It was in the afternoon.
I have a 12-ounce cup of water on my desk. I could just.
But see, I was thinking but I get weird about electrical stuff. I don't feel like water is ever a good thing to throw on it. So I'm always like, what
of a good rule of
what do
thumb
I
for
do?
electrical stuff.
Because I need to put it out, but not with water. Like, what do I do? So Bruce ended up just picking up the heater by the cord and just like throwing it out into the parking lot. And then we got a fire extinguisher and we put it out. But an electrical fire just smells, I don't know how to describe it, I guess. It smells really,
Burnt.
yeah, it's burnt, but not burnt food. It smells like burnt, frayed
burnt.
hair,
Oh.
but worse.
Do you still have the plug? Maybe you can show us.
Yeah.
No, I threw it away.
Can we reenact it?
Nope. No, we can't.
I think she burnt it that first time. It only had one go.
This is why I don't want to tell you guys anything about my life. Because
But see, though, like, now it's not a bad memory. It's a funny memory.
Yeah.
no, now it's just like, wow, if I ever died and it was a really unfortunately dumb accident, I know you two bitches would be at the funeral like, you think she'd learn the first fucking time? Yeah, I know. Like, it'd be you guys.
Did you
making
know she did
jokes.
it 2 times before that?
See, except I would go up there in front of your family, and they'd be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And I'd be like, you know, she did it once, and
At this point, it's really on herself.
yeah, I think she'd appreciate this, and I would just like leave a microphone up there.
I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
Your soundboard.
Could you imagine?
Like you
Yes,
used-
bring my soundboard up there. Put it in the coffin with me. I'm a producer.
We'll do a podcast in the middle of your funeral.
Please do.
Dressed super casually like this, not like, you know.
I want
Be
you
like,
to.
hey,
I
do you want to say something? Oh, I
was
guess
gonna
not.
say, be the announcers. Be like, and now Haley's father is coming up to the front. Oh God, he's already asked us to leave twice today. We're not going to though. This is what Haley wants.
He drove hundreds of miles. I see a couple of tears, you know.
I don't think that's her dad.
Is this her dad? Are you sure? Sir, can we get a DNA test?
You don't. Know.
Do you have ID?
Oh gosh.
Not that would help, but
And then we're like, oh yeah, his last name is Smith. This isn't her dad.
And there's so many Smiths. There's
Exactly.
a
That's
million
true.
of them. Not that people would be sneaking into my funeral though.
Maybe a whole other family of Smiths would. They're like, fuck, Haley's dead, and then they're like, this isn't Haley.
Oh, not our Haley.
Yeah.
This is a different one.
How crazy would it
your
be?
Haley's across the room.
Yeah.
She's
You
over
know,
there.
I went to high school with another girl named Haley Smith. So whenever the principal would call for us, they would have to say Haley R. Smith or Haley A. Smith. I was Haley R. Of course, then by senior year, she started introducing herself. She was Hayden. So then people would be like, oh, Haley or Hayden. So that was nice.
You're like, thank God.
I know. I was
So
like,
you
I'm so
won.
glad you discovered yourself.
So you won.
The battle of attrition.
I didn't think it was a battle, but yeah, I did.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, you won your name. That's pretty cool. Could you imagine someone just like, no, I like that name. I'm going to keep it. And then they beat you for it and you have to change your name? Like if someone, you know, was just like, oh, you know.
Well, they do that in football where they're like, I want your number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. And
They
then they'll be
fight
like,
over numbers?
yeah.
Wow.
Where it's like, you know, like if one was on one team and then I got traded, but like let's say, you know, he was number 10 and I was number 10 on my team, there are stories of players going up and being like, I'll give you 20 grand if you
For that
give me the
number, yeah.
Or like, I'll usually sometimes a lot, even more than that. They'll be like, I'll give you like 20 grand, you know, a PS5 and a whole 72-inch curved TV.
Or like when they leave the team, they'll ask the team to retire that number.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, no one should ever have that number because I made it great.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
A lot of
such
times they'll do it,
fucking
too.
vaginas men have.
Well, that was
I
like
can't.
that's what Kevin Durant said. Like he's still playing right now, but he basically said that
So the Thunder, he wanted us to retire 35.
he said that Oklahoma City should retire his number because it was like him, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden that actually made them like a viable team or something like that.
I am all for retiring Russell Westbrook.
The 0.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, because he's dope. He's a good person. He stayed. He's not a cunt.
That's true.
Fuck you, KD. I'm not retiring shit.
Look, here's my problem.
And we know he's listening.
With
Fuck you, KD.
This is what I always tell people about KD. When he went to the Warriors, I thought it was like the biggest bitch move ever. And I remember my dad being like, well, you never wanted to play on the winning team. And I said, if I was on a shitty team, I did. But if
Yeah.
I was on the second place team, I did not want to go to that team. I wanted to beat the crap out of them next year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in second place being like, man, I should just switch to the
team.
first place team.
Right.
I'm like, hey, we can beat these people. All
I'm
this
going to
stuff
make
will-
our team the new number one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not. But if I'm on like the Orlando Magic and we won like 13 games last year, yeah, I'm gonna go to the Warriors. That would sound
And no
awesome.
hard feelings.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you got that opportunity.
I feel like even the people of Orlando are like, good for you.
Yeah, like you're
Yes.
too good for us.
Yeah,
Just
like,
leave.
just get
you
out of
guys,
here.
man, y'all, if you want to go somewhere, you should really leave this place. That's what they say.
They're like, we literally only have a team because of Disney World.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Isn't there another? I feel like there's another team called the Wizards, and they don't really do anything.
The Washington Wizards. Yeah.
Are they good?
They kind of go up and down, but they were pretty decent this year.
Oh,
Yeah. They were really bad for like a long time. The Washington Wizards. They used to be something else, but I can't remember what.
well, they clearly picked a winning name.
They were the Bullets, I think. For a
I don't
while.
know.
I can't remember. I love old like team names, like in any sports.
Like the really racist ones.
Okay, no, not like the
Oh.
Redskins. I was like the.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
There used to be like the Houston, or no, was it Houston? The Houston. I might be thinking of a different sport. The Houston Oilers.
Yeah, there was an Oilers.
Oh, wasn't that the
There was
hockey
an
team
Oilers,
or something
yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
But now they're the Nuggets.
No, that's
Denver's Nuggets. I love the people who
That's a
also
basketball team.
they're like, oh, the chicken nuggets, and I'm like, gold nuggets, like
They're gold.
yeah, like that's the.
Yeah.
They're the golden nuggets.
Well, they're just
That's
the nuggets, but it's supposed to
basically
be like the
chicken nuggets.
Their
like
logo,
the Gold
right?
Rush and stuff. Yeah, the logo's
Oh.
like the pickaxe with the.
Oh,
and-
duh! Like nuggets of gold. No, I just
'cause of,
straight
like,
up think chicken
The
nugs.
gold rush. That's what Cass thought.
That's
Like,
straight
I
up.
thought it was chicken nuggets.
Yeah, no, that's straight up what I thought. That's cool that it's actually for gold, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like, whatever. What is it? The Beastie Boys, where they're like, no sleep till Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they were from Brooklyn. I thought they were just like,
You're like, man,
no,
they really want to get there.
sleep till Brooklyn. I thought it was just like catchy.
You're like, these people really want to go to New York.
But see, I didn't even think it was like no sleep until we get. I thought they were just like no sleep till I don't know. It didn't understand. I wasn't understanding that they were wanting to travel to.
I actually don't know if that's what it means. But
I don't
feel like-
understand. I don't understand
could
a
be,
lot
I
of
don't
lyrics
know.
though. I'll frequently mishear things, and it's fine.
If you ever see like Eminem's music with lyrics, half the stuff he says, I'm like,
Yes.
holy crap.
Yeah, I
It's
can't.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like he actually like has meaning in his lines or whatever.
Yeah, even ones that sound like you'll
true,
hear
though.
it and you'll be like, oh, that's cool. That's kind of a witty line. But then when you see it read, you're like, oh, fuck, I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, like
Yes.
this actually can't,
My favorite song of all time by him is definitely Kill Shot. His comeback to fucking
to
Machine.
MGK.
Yeah, and I love it. Every line in there I think is pure gold.
It's I don't even MGK's diss towards him. It was pretty good. I still think it's really weird that a diss track has a chorus.
Yeah.
I thought that was like kind of weird. Normally, I just thought you're supposed to just riff on the guy for like 2-3
Like
minutes.
freestyle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what Eminem did. He didn't
Oh
have a
yeah,
chorus.
he just went for it.
I mean, he's
I also
king of
didn't
freestyle.
think it
So
was normal to eat breakfast while you were dissing him, but he like randomly was eating a bowl of cereal or something in that video.
I didn't understand that either. He's like
in a fucking train field, train yard, yeah. And he just randomly like pulls a bowl and starts fucking straight up eating oatmeal or cereal or something.
He's in a train yard with no t-shirt and a bandana around his neck eating breakfast.
Like, what was the point of that video? I don't understand. But the confidence, like he was sure. He was sure that this was gonna slap.
Oh yeah, I mean it's cool. It was catchy. It was a good song. He even had some, good.
I was gonna say he like when I listened to it, I was like, oh, this kind of breaks my heart because like he had a couple good shots to Eminem.
Yeah, but like how long did it take him to write that?
Oh right. Oh,
like I'm sure Eminem was like, I'll wake up and do something about it.
Yeah, because Eminem did it like 3 days later.
Literally.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't even want to do this.
Yeah.
But now so many people keep fucking asking me, okay, I guess I will.
I gotta do it. Well, that was like back in the day. There's an interview and I think it was like early 2000s. The Game is talking about Eminem. And he was like, oh, even when I was, beefing with Dre and, beefing with like I think just kind of like that, like West Coast like group and whatnot. He was like, I didn't touch Eminem.
I was gonna say, Eminem's just fucking crazy.
Mess with the white boy. Recently, The Game was on, I can't remember what it was, but he was on like another radio show or podcast, and he was saying,
is The Game a person?
The Game is a rapper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he said, no,
I thought it was a show.
It's The Game. You just lost. And he was like, oh, I used to think Eminem was a better rapper than me. And the radio host goes, used to think? And The Game so seriously is like, he's not. He's not. Call him up right now, all this stuff. And everyone in the radio show was like, because, I mean, The Game, he's a good rapper. You know what I mean?
I mean, I haven't heard of him. I know so many rappers. I'm kidding.
You'd probably recognize one of his.
No, I'm sure I would. I don't know rappers.
But it's like, that'd be like, it'd be like, oh, I'm a great, basketball player. But then you're like, oh, I can beat Michael Jordan in a one-on-one. Or
yeah.
Like LeBron James or Kobe. Like, that's
right.
where Eminem is, like, in the rap game. Like, he's
at
that, like, pinnacle, Just a super talented dude. Eminem, you should sponsor us.
Eminem should sponsor us, and I really wish Juice WRLD could sponsor us, but he's dead.
I wouldn't even be mad if Eminem's, like, the candy company heard that and was like, sure, here you go.
I want to quit. Maybe we shouldn't do this.
You invited me again.
I know, and maybe we shouldn't.
You opened the door. So.
I did. You were actually the first one I approached. Did he tell you that?
No,
I didn't know that.
Because when you asked me, you said you had already asked him and said he was down for it.
Yeah, because I was worried. I don't know. I didn't know Juan as well as I do now. I'll probably get to know him better, but I didn't know if he was the type of person that, like, if two people came to him and were like really excited about something, if he'd just be like, okay, yeah, even if he didn't want to do it. I didn't want to force him into something.
No, he'd probably just be like, yeah, sure, sounds fun.
But I feel like even if he didn't want to do it, he'd just be like, no, I don't want to do it.
I'm probably going to say no and still be here. So either way.
Okay, great.
He's like, I just wake up at 7, so I'll just.
Yeah, I might as well.
I'm doing nothing else, and this is on, so.
Yeah, this is it. Right? Man.
I just want to make you regret it. That's all.
It's working. It's working already.
We're like, literally in the first episode, and you're like, I quit.
I know. I'm like, halfway through, I was like, maybe this isn't a good idea.
I think it's a great idea. We've gotten.
Well, then I also was like, oh, if she never texted me where we're going to meet up. So I was like, I'm just not going to show up.
And guess who never fucking responded when he said, okay, hey, yeah, thanks. I'll let you know if Jackie's coming. Never fucking responded. So I was
she decided this morning, though.
I'm going to assume she's coming. That's what I told Ben this morning. I said, Juan never texted me. I'm going to assume Jackie's coming.
Yeah, but
and Ben was like, okay.
She decided this morning, so I was like, oh.
No, it's cool. It's cool. As a friend, I approached him and I was like, hey, I'm really anxious about meeting new people. So like, as a friend to friend, I'd really love the heads up. And as a friend to friend, he didn't give me one.
No, I still warned you though.
He was like, "Hey, I'll let you know," and then he knocked on the door.
And then he specifically
like, hey,
didn't let me know. Jackie. Specifically, he's like, "I will let you know." Specifically, didn't, and then was like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, "But it's chill. Don't worry. You'll be fine."
No, and it was good.
Good.
See, so then you don't regret it.
I regret him. Yeah.
Well,
but I don't regret anything.
Well,
else.
he's here now.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, and he's got such a smooth voice. It'll be okay. It'll make up for it. Say some more words.
Oh, you can't hear it, huh? Because you don't have headphones.
I know, but I can. When I go back and I edit this, I'll just edit out all.
Oh, that's why. Jokes.
Yeah. I'll bring my headphones next time so everybody can have some.
I mean, I
I'll
brought the
find-
ones that
it's
plug
because
in. But
It's because I'm moving, and so I know in one of the boxes I haven't unpacked yet. I have my pair of blue headphones, but I can't find them right now.
That's the worst thing. I always feel like every time I move, I lose something. But I'm like, I know it's not in the other house.
Yeah.
I know it's not in my car. It has to be in one of these boxes, but all the boxes are now empty. And it's just gone forever.
Yes.
It makes me so... Or like,
I'm glad it's not just me.
we were just talking about this last night. How does... And this happens to everyone. How do you lose socks? I'm like,
I know.
I literally just bought socks like, maybe 6 months ago. A whole like pack of them.
Yeah.
And on my short socks, I'm back down to like 5 pairs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Are they under your bed?
No, they're not under the bed. They're not like even like, fell
Behind
out
the
of
dryer?
Nope, nothing like that.
Dang.
Just gone.
Yeah, I really don't know what happens.
Maybe
I would
there's,
love
like-
to know.
How crazy would it be? Like ghost. There's like a ghost that has a foot fetish, and he's just like sniffing all the socks.
Dogs like Cain, when they die, they come back for our socks.
They come back for your socks, and they just
I didn't even realize he was on my foot until
until the pressure was off.
yeah, and I was like, oh, Cain's here. Okay, well, do we like this?
Yeah.
Is it good? Do you think it's good
I
for
mean-
the first one? I'm gonna have to edit like
you're the producer, so you
40
gotta tell
minutes
us.
out of it because y'all just gave me nothing to work with, but it's fine.
I think